life. We've just trimmed it, you know, over the years and things like that, but never had a super short haircut. So this is definitely probably gonna be the shortest that her hair has ever been. All right, Claire's hair is finally done. What do you think? Everybody, welcome back to our channel. Guys, I am feeling much better today. Each and every day that comes and goes, I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm having mobility in my leg and my knee is still a little bit stiff and sore, but it's getting better each and every day. So I'm super grateful for that. Grateful that I was not down for the 6 week he was originally telling me. That was going to be brutal for me. Today we are working on our bathroom while I was laid up. Clay completely ripped out our hall bathroom, had the plumbers come in and redo the pipes. So we switched things around in there. He's in there working on it. We're gonna try and get this thing put back together as fast as possible, but we are thinking through each and every step because we do not want to have to tear this thing apart and redo it again. This is the second time we have redone this bathroom. So this time we're thinking through each and every step, making sure it's functional and that it will work for our family. All right, what is with all the noise in here?
I'm just putting in some of these backer blocks right here. The plumber had to cut out a piece of plywood to move the flange over, and so he shifted it 2 inches. But when you put your plywood back in, you've got to make sure that you got a piece of 2x6 or 2x4 underneath it here, not just on the joist. So I cut it out, put those in, put glue underneath it, put screws in it, and because we didn't have plywood, we weren't able to set the flange on the toilet pipe.
Well, let's leave that on.
What? Sorry. It's just, I mean, it does smell when it comes off, but it's loose. So I've got to trace that out, get it cut, glue this thing, and then after the plywood's on, put that piece back down on top, one right after the other. We're gonna quickly put that back on. So
not gonna leave that off too long.
That's kind of what I got going on. I've got another hole underneath this right here where they had to like put screws in it, so I can't lift that off yet. I'm gonna use this as kind of a template to cut it out, so I can set it there and then take my multi-tool and then just follow around it. And that way I know that the piece fits exactly back in that same spot. So we had the water lines moved up into the wall and over here. They were coming out the floor, and then we had to shorten up this drain pipe so it will work with the vanity. As soon as I get that done, start on the electrical I talked about. I got to move the vanity light here. I got a new bath fan.
Yes.
The new bath fan that I got in the garage, it moves a lot of air.
Good, we need that.
This one probably moves like 80 CFM, which is cubic feet per minute. The other one I got moves like 120 or 130, I think. But it's also got an LED light.
Oh.
And a speaker.
What?
So, yeah.
All right, guys, if you did not know this by now, or if you're new here, Clay is a sucker for lights. It doesn't matter what it is. If you've seen our boating videos, I'm sure you've seen the LED lights that we have in there. He loves his lights. So anywhere he can put in like an LED light or a light strip or anything like that, he's putting it. So we have one going in the bathroom now.
But it's twofold. The light is for me, the speaker is for Claire.
That's true. Our kids love to jam out in the shower.
Like we almost can't even watch TV because the radio is cranked so loud. There's like Taylor Swift blasting in here. So usually I'm using the Beats Pill right now to kind of listen to music. Claire uses that to jam out in the shower. So this way, you know, just one less thing that she has to bring in here. She'll just be able to connect her phone and.
That's awesome. That's going to be super fun.
And just.
We're going to have to get the master bathroom done ASAP. This one's going to be so nice compared to Clay and I's shower. It has never been redone since we've owned the house. We just keep redoing other rooms and other things. And our bathroom just kind of keeps getting pushed to the back burner. One of these days we'll get it done, but not today.
The problem with bathrooms with no windows are the fan is the only way for the moisture to escape. So if that thing's small, you're gonna get a lot of buildup here. Look at the wall right here. You can see where the water has ran down the wall and it's kind of yellow.
Yeah.
So we want to get rid of that. That's why we want that bigger fan.
For sure. We've been debating on the vanity right here. Like Clay said, we moved it over a little bit so we could put in a floor-to-ceiling linen closet to give us more storage. We just don't have a ton of storage in here. And we've kind of been discussing tile options, what color we want our vanity to be, and how we want that to look. I want it to look more like a custom design piece versus just like a generic cabinet. So we are going to have it look more like a piece of furniture with legs on it versus just a toe kick across the bottom, which is very generic and basic. Clay drew a little mock-up here on the wall.
Yeah, I'm not a very
what it's gonna look like, but this will be an open bottom shelf along here. These will be the legs that come down. This will be open underneath here, and then 2 big drawers, sink up top, and then this will be our floor to ceiling cabinet that we'll be able to store tons and tons of stuff in. Super excited about this. Like I said, we wanna make sure that this is done correctly this time, so we do not have to tear this thing out for a really, really long time, or hopefully ever. Maybe we'll sell the house before that happens. But I don't know if Clay mentioned in one of the videos where I was not very coherent. But like we showed you guys when we were picking out the shower head and that kind of stuff, that's gonna be gold. We're kind of going for a black and white type color scheme, and then vanity will most likely be white oak or something very light that will go with our flooring that we have out in the living room and throughout the rest of the house, so it all kind of ties together. Trying to make those decisions is hard because what looks great on Pinterest might not look so great in our space. Decisions.
For sure. But at least now you're not on drugs and we can make those decisions thinking clearly.
It's true. All right, we're gonna get these wood pieces cut out, get this put back together so we can move on to picking out all the fun stuff, I think. While Clay is working on the bathroom, I went and grabbed Claire and Carmen from school. Claire has been begging me to cut her hair. She wants to cut like 7 inches off of it. So we're gonna do that today. It's crazy. She's always been the long-haired girl. She's had long hair her entire life. We've just trimmed it, you know, over the years and things like that, but never had a super short haircut. So this is definitely probably gonna be the shortest that her hair has ever been. All right, so we got Claire Bear in the chair, got her hair kind of sectioned off.
I felt it, like, and it is so short.
I've actually already cut a little bit off here in the back.
Oh my gosh, it's so short.
So she's got crazy long hair. So it's gonna be right here. Hit her at the shoulder blades. It used to go down to about here, but I think it's gonna be super cute, Claire. It's gonna make you look so much older.
I've also never cut my hair short,
I know.
really.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
That's why I'm like, I want to see if I like short hair or if I don't.
It's still long enough that you can put it in ponytails and do stuff with it, but it's actually getting all the dead ends off so it will feel and look so much more healthy, will not be so ratty all the time.
Cut my hair that short? My hair's already pretty short, but I want it that short.
I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how my leg is feeling after I'm done with this haircut. All right, Claire's hair is finally done. What do you think? It's not that short.
It is though, like.
I mean, there's the pile of hair that we cut off, so we definitely cut some hair off. But it feels so much healthier, looks so much healthier.
Can you take this off of me really fast?
I think you're gonna like it. It's gonna be a lot easier to manage. It'll stay curled. All right, she's checking herself out on her phone.
It's so short.
Do you like it? You wanted to go shorter. I went more on the conservative side, so.
I'm glad that you went.
Glad I didn't
I
go
really
shorter.
like this length.
It's really cute. Makes you look so much older.
It does. When I first saw myself on the camera, I was like, who's that person in there?
Makes you look a lot older, but looks good. Your hair grows so fast, it'll be back before you know it.
All right, we had to take a quick little break and cut some hair, do some dinner, a few other things. But we are back in the bathroom. I've got Carmen helping me. We're trying to get this new exhaust fan in because we want to see the light. We want to hear it play music. Carmen just helped me put on this new vent onto the new fan. We put the zip tie on, got it cut. I've got the old one out. I've got the wire ready to go. I just took it outside. So this piece here, this vent will go through the roof. And so I'm gonna cover this hole because it's got to shove up there through the insulation and I don't want to get any insulation inside.
I'm gonna cover it with this.
Yes. Can you peel some of that off and stick it over that hole? We'll probably need a few strips, yep. So just kind of go around it and then just kind of fold it over to the middle. Make sure it sticks onto the pipe though.
And just fold it in.
All right, do you see any holes through there?
I think there's one right there.
All right, let's put one more piece of tape on there.
There mainly.
Beautiful. We're gonna need Mom to help us hold this thing while I get it wired in. I don't know if that's gonna go in like that.
All right, we finally got that thing to sit up in there flat. Got it all screwed in. Now what?
So we gotta put the cover on, but we've got a wire in the switch over here. So we gotta take out this double box right here, throw in a triple box, which is laying over here on the ground, and then get it wired in, and then it should work.
Carmen, what do you think about this speaker / light show you're gonna have every time you shower now?
Light show.
Yeah, it has lights on it too.
Like LED.
LED lights.
I don't know if it's not, I don't think it's crazy, like changing colors. I don't know, but I think you just pick like warm white, cool whites. So basically how many thousands of lumens you want it to be. But they have some like, they would go like purple and orange and stuff like that. I don't feel like that kind of fit for us in this bathroom right here, but those things are cool on the boat. But in this bathroom, I don't know, so.
Oh, I'm glad you kept it with white lights at least.
So it looks like the sound goes through the outside there, if you see that. That one goes into there. just like so.
All right guys, after an entire day of working on this bathroom, we finally got the fan to work. We got the Alexa connected to it. It plays music. We're trying to figure out how to get it all set up and working here, but we did have some Luke Bryan coming out of this thing a second ago, so at least we know it works.
Yeah, and it does do some cool lights on the outside of it every now and again, but...
This is the control panel for it. You got your lights, you can control how bright the light is with this one. You can turn the sound completely off, and then your fan, and then just power off to everything.
Yeah, so we're not gonna turn on the fan right now because as we've shown before, Carmen and I covered the end of that. And so until we get up in the attic and extend that through the roof, we're gonna leave the fan off.
Can I try and power it off?
Sure.
Does it just...
Maybe hold it for a couple seconds or just touch it. Didn't work?
There it goes. Power off.
You have to double tap it.
Oh, double tap.
Nice.
All right, that is it for the bathroom remodel for today. We will go back to that again another day. I think the next step is sheetrock.
Yeah, so I've got some backing to put in where the shower glass door is gonna go on the edge of the tub. So once I get that wood in there, and then after sheetrock, we gotta get tiles. So we gotta get that picked out here very soon.
It's gonna be great. You guys make sure to stick around and watch that thing come together. I'm excited about it. Guys, I wanna say thank you so much for all the kind words, all the thoughtful words that were sent my way after surgery. I am doing a ton better. I feel like each and every day I'm one step closer to being back to normal. I've gotten so many great comments and I'm very appreciative. I've had so many good friends bring in food. The Binghams brought us dinner the other night and it was delicious. Taco soup is one of my kids' favorite meals. Everybody loves it except for Owen. He's our one that will not eat the chicken taco soup. He won't even eat it when I make it. But the Binghams have been incredible to us. Like when our kids got hurt last year in the sledding accident, they were one of the first ones to come over, bring treats to Claire and Austin, make sure they were all right, and we super appreciate them being so kind to us whenever we need it. So
it's like days after too. It's not like, you know, a few months down the road kind of thing.
They're
couple
on
days.
it.
Yes, they are.
And Mindy was like adamant about bringing dinner. I have a hard time accepting help from people, and I was like, I'll be fine. We got it, no big deal. And she's like, I'm bringing dinner, so just put it down. So grateful.
We had a bunch of comments like, why did we not film that? We were not filming that day. We kind of have to pick our days right now just because I'm busy at work. This isn't our full-time thing. I remodel bathrooms and kitchens, and so between that and then taking care of Terry, the kids, the house, it's just been a little busy. So we've been filming almost like every other day. Hopefully we can get more consistent, but sometimes we just have a lot of stuff going on, so we did not film that day. But like Terry said, those guys have been great to us, and we really appreciate that. Guys, we appreciate you watching. We love you. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow.